you still searching, no matter what it is, please have faith that it is going to work out for you, because it will. I promise you. There's always breakthrough at the end, but the hard part is going through the struggle to get there. It's bet for me. Now, I ain't going to speak for everybody, but for me, again, I'd rather struggle for a little while than to settle for something that's going to drain me mentally and financially. As well, if I do get it, we moved on with other candidates. Don't nobody want to hear that after days, weeks, even months of applying to jobs and then getting the same exact email back to back to back to back to back. Nobody wants to see that. You talking about job hunting is a full-time job within itself. All right, that is a full-time job to look for something. Okay, applying to jobs is a full-time job. You know, most people, if the managers in, most of the managers and store directors, they're going to be in from 7 to 12 in the morning. So you got to be up around 8, 7 to 12. That's a part-time job, just looking for a job. But what if I said jobs aren't hiring you because they feel like you're overqualified? Somebody is going through that right now, and somebody has went through that. Now, hear me out. Let's picture this, right? Somebody is sitting with a degree. You know what? Better yet, okay, we'll do that. Degree, you might even be a person that has skills, right? You got all of these things under your belt. Maybe it's even experience. You know, they speak heavily on experience. So look, we'll add that too. You got all of these qualities about yourself that's under your belt, the whole nine, right? You've been applying to jobs left and right, and you thinking, yep, I already know I got it. But the thing about it is, when you do get the email back, it's not a "you're hired" email. It's a "you're overqualified. We moved on with other candidates." It almost seems like when you hit that 21, 22 to 30 part of your life, you're going to have some situation where you're going to have too much experience to where you're going to apply to a job and they're going to say you overqualified. That's what's going to happen, right? And the sad part is they get mad if you don't do more work. This is why I said here, and I got a lot of backlash off of it. So play that clip right quick. You need us. You need workers. And because certain people are going to take the money that you're offering, because they're going to take the devaluation of themselves, they're going to take that. And then you get someone like me that's going to be like, nah, I ain't doing no extra work for no extra money. For the same money you giving me. More work, extra money. More work and the same money, no work. Simple. It's simple math. Goofball. Again, do you see how it all ties back into the money that they're willing to give out or shell out? Because they still want to make profit. If they feel like you overqualified, they don't want to pay you. That's how I take it. I don't know about anybody else. That's just saying we don't want to pay you unless you agree to these terms. And if you don't agree, so be it. And sometimes it might not even be that. They just send you the email and send you on your way. No, nah, we ain't even gonna pay that. I'm sorry. Or it's we think you'll have a better chance or a second chance finding something better. They love saying that. What's another one that I've heard? I don't know. Them is probably the top two that I've seen, because I've gotten an email that said I was overqualified. I've also got one where I got ghosted in the middle of the conversation of doing background checks. So I done been through it already, right? To me, it feels like when you overqualified for a position, no matter what it is, I think they're kind of intimidated because you might outshine the people that are already there. To me, because you got to think, if you already got skills, you got a degree, you got experience in it already, you probably done did a couple, I don't know, apprenticeships, You know what I'm saying? When you finally get to their job or their on site, right? And then you progress or excel above everybody else that's been like this, and then you're up here, they don't like that. Okay? They want everybody to be at the same level. You got to understand that. That's why I stress so much about y'all. I know people don't like being on camera, but start YouTube, bro. If you want me to drop a video on how you can start a channel without even showing your face, I could do that too. Because I'm doing that right now. Run 2 channels that I don't even show my face at all. You probably seen them. You probably would never know though, because my face is not on it. Nothing a part of my social media is on there. It's strictly about what I post. And it's basically one channel is sleep music that I run. Don't show my face on it at all. The other one is financial. I don't show my face at all. Quick, easy. I might do that for y'all because nowadays, and I might hold this off for my next video that I'm gonna talk about, but in the future, this is where I see stuff going. More people are gonna do stuff like this lady. They're gonna start becoming more independent workers, and that little the 1099 is gonna be the luxury. It's not gonna be the W-9 anymore. That's what I foresee. That's what I think is going to happen because I see more and more people getting into gig work and stuff like that. But I'm going to hold off on that idea. We're going to jump into that for the next video. Okay? But that's why I see things going. And the reason for this is because, okay, think about it. If you applying for a job, right? Maybe because you need a steady paycheck. Okay, cool. Understandable. Or maybe you want less stress than your last job. Cool, understandable, right? But instead of asking why you're interested, this is what jobs do. They assume you're just, from what I can see, they assume that you're just looking for a quick pit stop to be at for a moment until something better comes along. That's how they look at you when you apply to jobs, and then they tell you you're overqualified, right? And it's kind of weird because instead of you asking me straight up or interviewing me, they don't even take the chance on you. They're cool off that. They don't even consider it at all. Like, let me decide whether I'm gonna stay with the company. If it's for me, then cool. But let me decide that, not you deciding off my resume. Don't that seem kind of crazy to you? Like, maybe I actually do want to work here. Maybe this could be a good fit for me, but I'll never know because I never got the chance. I never got the chance to get the job, or even ever had that thought of, all right, there's gonna be a pit stop. It'd be a difference if I did, but I didn't even have the chance to have that thought. They want someone to have 5 years of experience, right? I'll even do 3. Okay. You want 2 degrees and a whole list of skills and blah, 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 right? But when they're offering you the entry level job or the entry level pay, how does that even add up when you have all this criteria? You have degrees, you got stuff to back it up, but then they want to pay you that. You want me to be a superhero pretty much for minimum wage. Nah, I don't think anybody's going to go for that unless, this is the route that they have to go. But 9 times out of 10, when you skilled up like that, jobs tell you you're overqualified because they don't want to pay you your money. Simple as that. You are a liability for them. That's how they look at you. It's not just about you being overqualified, okay? The truth is companies aren't really hiring like they say they are. And I've been saying that. Been. And if you have been finding a job, congrats. But guess what? There are a lot of folks out here that still have not been able to find a job. So what do you tell these people? And if you can help them, why don't you help them in the comments? How about that? That's what you do. So you seen it, right? Job boards, You've seen job fairs flooded with listings on job postings on Indeed, all types of junk. You see them on the news now, right? But when you apply, why is it crickets for you? Why don't you explain that one to that person? Why is it crickets for certain people? Interesting. You want to know why? The truth is, a lot of these companies are doing like they did me. They're ghosting. Listen, jobs, especially online, when they make a job posting, most jobs have to have a certain amount of people that are looking at their job posting. From Indeed, I know that's what they do. I know that's what they do. There's no reason for a job posting to be up longer than 30 days. I'm seeing job postings on there that have been up for 2 months. Why? Y'all got that high of a turnover? No. It's just because y'all not hiring and it looks good as if you are. That's why. And that's just the honest truth. I guarantee you, if you was to apply for that same job that's been up for 2 months, you're not gonna hear nothing back. I can almost guarantee it. Hell, I'll probably even give you my whole paycheck from YouTube. From all channels. That I'm willing to bet. Because how do I know? I've done it already. So I already know. They're not gonna hit you back. And then when they do, it's gonna be that email. And then they might even ghost you and not reply at all. Had that happen too. It's all for show. Period, point blank. All right. And then for companies that are hiring, the pay is pretty trash. I'm going to be honest. So inflation's through the roof. We know that already. Rent sky high. We know that already. But they want to still pay you $15 an hour. You want me to be real? Inflation is high. You know what minimum wage should be? $20. Call it a day. I guarantee you a lot more people would be happy. Put it at $20. Leave it at, if inflation gonna be like this is what should happen. $20 minimum wage, be done. And you should even go $21.50. You should even bang for that. But you know what? We'll go with 20. It should be 20 base. Then if things are still gonna stay like this, you'll just have to find a better job that's paying $26 or higher. It's the only way you can. Because it's people I know for a fact living paycheck to paycheck off of $18. For a fact. I know there's probably some that's living paycheck to paycheck off of $20. Most people, that's why they pick up another job. That's why I see a lot of the people out here that do DoorDash. That's all they do. Whenever they off, that's all they do all day. Spending 10 hours trying to make $200. This is what it's going to come to. Gig work is going to become more popular. I guarantee it. That is my theory. Not only that, I told y'all, like most people know already, that AI is going to take over a lot of these jobs because they no longer need people anymore. They got AI to run everything for them. It just makes things easier for companies and jobs. So they'll be replacing people who work retail and cash registers. Y'all gone. They gonna have this only self-checkout. I foresee it already. Apple Pay is already a thing, right? They're not gonna need cashiers no more. It's gonna be strictly self-checkout, and all you're gonna need is your phone just to do this. And that's it. You ain't gonna need nothing else. And then you go about your business. But for the most part, everything is gonna be more technology based. Guaranteed. We already moving in that way, right? So even automated systems, they got automated systems in place for jobs to scan your resume. They got automated systems already when you call in just to get, when you call in the bank, you don't even get your own teller. You got to talk to the robot about your situation, trying to get to an actual person. So what is that? You've been doing that, right? It's no different. It's no different, right? AI doing jobs that used to go to real people, but now it's not going to be a thing. By the time 2030 hit, 2035 hit, it's going to be that. Like it or love it. You might as well just jump on board, figure out how you can make money using it your damn self. Figure it out. Because that's what's going to happen. Donald Trump already running behind it. Elon Musk already running behind it. All these high tier people that's damn near running the world, they already running behind it. Like I said, get with it or get lost. That's how the cookie crumbling. The type of, I talk about this too, but how can I explain it? The mental type of stress that it puts on somebody, I wouldn't be mad at somebody for crashing out. Okay. You talking about job hunting is a full-time job within itself. All right. That is a full-time job to look for something. Okay. Applying to jobs is a full-time job. You know, most people, if the managers and most of the managers and store directors, they're going to be in from 7 to 12 in the morning. So you got to be up around 8 applying. But you doing that for 2-3 hours. That's a part-time job right there. 7 to 12, 7 to 10. That's a part-time job. Just looking for a job. People don't understand that. And guess what? No paycheck behind it. Because you ain't got no job. So you doing it for free with no pay. Kind of sound like YouTube before you get monetized, right? So you spending hours fixing a resume and tweaking a resume, writing cover letters, doing all this unnecessary stuff, which it feels like that, when a robot is just going to scan my resume and hopefully I get it. Because if I don't, it's over before I even get started from the jump. To then hear as well, if I do get it, we moved on with other candidates. Don't nobody want to hear that after days, weeks, even months of applying to jobs and then getting the same exact email back to back to back to back to back. Nobody wants to see that. So when you hear people, damn, I've been out of a job for a year. I can't really talk about their situation. You wanna know why? Because I done been there. Been out of a job for 6 months and didn't get one until 6 months later. Didn't get my next one to the following month after that. Didn't get my next one to the following month after that. But things didn't go my way at first. It was 6 months of straight applying, not getting nothing back, getting emails, getting ghosted. I done been through it too. Here's the problem. I'm not even going to talk about the type of financial stress that was on top of that, because I can imagine that some of y'all are in debt like I was. That's a whole nother stress level within itself. Having debt, no income coming in, and you broke. And you wonder why people crash out, right? I'm not going to talk about the bills. I ain't even going to get into that. How can you kind of navigate through the BS? From what I did, when I finally got mines, right? When you actually do get into the system, it does feel rigged against you. Not gonna lie. At times it does. First off, you got to stop relying on these online applications. That's something I should have been stating. You got to stop relying on these online applications and you got to actually go in there. See, they got to see your face. That was something, and I know a lot of people couldn't do it during COVID, but now when you apply on Indeed, you need to go in. Wherever spot it is, don't just do that alone. Go inside, find the building, call the number. You need to be pressing them like they owe you money, pretty much. And I know how easy it is just to hit apply and keep it pushing and go to the next one. But the way that these online systems is operating with the AI system, it's a potential that you're not going to get it. So it's a potential that they're not going to see it. So with that being said, you need them to see you. Does that make sense? All right, cool. So even there, that's not even the real opportunity. It's about nowadays, and it's probably always been like this, but networking. I know I spoke about it But networking is going to be your best friend. It's going to be your best friend. Reason being because the more you talk to people, the better you can get your foot in the door. You're going to have a better opportunity than the next person. If they can see what type of person you are, how you interact, things like this, for wherever you want to be at, it's all about building a connection. That's it. That's how you get into places. Building a connection. All right. Reach out to people in your field that you want to do. That's something that I did. Hit up, I'm not even going to say LinkedIn. LinkedIn is so trash. But you got to attend some of these job fairs that you see. Things like this. Even just DM people. Everybody got social media for the most part. Who are you doing? What do you want to do? Basically. Figure that out. And then you'd be surprised how many people that you see that are in that circle of where you want to be at. DM those people. Get in contact. Build a connection. That's it. All right. Now, you could go the other way, like I do, and create your own opportunities. Now, this it's not gonna be easy for sure, but if companies don't see your value, start something for yourself. This is why I started this. I even had a job tell me on film, right? They want me to take down content. No, this is mine. This is something that I built. I will never in life let a job dictate what I do on my platform. Ever in life. I will leave a job and do my own thing before I ever in life do that. That's like if you was to hit the lottery for $44 billion and I tell you, man, you got to give me that $44 billion. Are you really going to give me $44 billion? No, you're not. So why would that be any different? Nah, bro. Okay. That's what I'm doing with YouTube, with branding, side hustles that I got going, especially on Fiverr now. Fiverr's been really good to me. I'm not gonna lie. Fiverr has really been a blessing. It's not easy though. It's not easy, but at least I'm in control of what I got going. I'm in control of everything. And you can do the same. Freelancing work, I keep telling y'all. That's why, and that's gonna be the new thing. Freelancing work. Okay? Starting a side hustle, starting a side business, having your own thing is something that everybody should have. You shouldn't be solely dependent on corporate America or your job. I'm sorry. I am sorry. That should never be a thing. All right? Finally, do not lower your standards. Adjust your strategy. Please hear me. Sure. Okay. But know your worth when you adjusting. Do you understand me? Don't let that go over your head. If a job is respecting your experience or offering fair pay, cool. Cool. If they're not and they disrespecting you and they're not offering a decent pay, it's not worth your time. But if they are, they respectful, they paying you, cool money, then cool. But if it's the opposite, it's not worth your time. It's bet for me. Now I ain't gonna speak for everybody, but for me, again, I'd rather struggle for a little while than to settle for something that's gonna drain me mentally and financially. Now that might hit home for somebody. That's just me though. I'm cool off that. Mentally, that'll take you to a whole different place you don't want to be at. That's why most people go down a terrible road. When they mentally not there and they not themselves, that's why they go down a bad road. I'd rather not do that. Your worth isn't tied into a rejection email, right? Sometimes your breakthrough doesn't happen until a little later, okay? Sometimes you got to have faith that when you struggling right now, the struggle leads to the breakthrough. That's something that I had to work on with myself. It's hard having faith in something that you don't see no progression in at all. It's hard. It's hard. But whether you're grinding a job, whether you grinding I don't know, it might be a job you hate. Okay. For right now, it's temporary. Cool. Building your own thing, you still searching, no matter what it is. Please have faith that it is going to work out for you, because it will. I promise you. There's always breakthrough at the end. But the hard part is going through the struggle to get there.